First of all, thank you all for coming. Obviously, today I will be announcing my retirement. Because of that is last week against the Crows in Adelaide, in the first quarter, I injured my knee. It was only until a few days ago I found out that I've ruptured my ACL again. So this is the third time on the left knee. And because of that, have chats with the surgeon and ongoing talks with the docs. A great physio in Gary Nichols, who's been fantastic. But just talking about obviously my quality of life and knee health, I think was the main priority. And from that, we decided to hang up the boots and retire. I've obviously had a pretty different journey. I think I've been at 3 clubs, 12 years. I've been very lucky to play at 3 clubs and come back from 3 knees. I've had more comebacks than John Farnham, so it's been pretty good. Thought you boys might like that. So so I've been very lucky to come back like I did and play these years. I guess at Richmond when I started, it was that's where I learned what was required at AFL level, professionalism, all these types of things with great role models like Wayne Carey and Matthew Knights, Greg Tivendale, Joel Bowden, these types of guys, and then moved on to Port Adelaide, where I think I played my better footy, and obviously played in a grand final in 2007, which is a very big highlight. Obviously going down in the grand final, but it was a great year. And then obviously moving here to Melbourne, I've only been 1 year here at the club. But at the same time, I've made some great friends, lifelong friends, and some great relationships. In more of a mentor and a leader type role, which I've enjoyed, and later in my career, I've really sort of thrived on that. Work with some of the young guys here, and I look forward to taking my 3 boys to the football and watching these guys develop and take this football club back to the top of the ladder. With this sort of stuff, I guess after 12 years with the injuries I've had, I've got to thank all the people that are involved that have got me through here. Especially from all the docs and physios from all 3 football clubs. I've got to know pretty well and had some great relationships because I've injured myself so much. I'd like to thank obviously the teammates. I think that's the reason why we train and we want to succeed, and especially going through the tough times in pre-season is because we want to get the ultimate glory, which is playing a premiership. Was close, didn't get there, but you guys that are sitting here in the room, that they're going to have some great times ahead, and I just can't wait to take my boys and see them get up the ladder and play some consistent footy, consistent finals footy anyway. So thank you very much to the football club. I think Mark Neild, I guess in particular, who showed a bit of faith in me last year when things finished up at Port Adelaide. He was pretty adamant about getting me here at the football club, and saw, obviously had massive faith in me and what I could bring to the club. Obviously things didn't unfold the way I'd like, but I guess that's the way it is. But hopefully from that, with some mentoring and leadership roles, hopefully some of the boys can take something away from that. But I've enjoyed my time. I've had a great time. Looking forward to the next part of my life now, which will probably be, I guess, multicultural division in the AFL, which I do outside football and have been for the last couple of years. I really am passionate about that. I guess lived through that when parents came over from Fiji at a young age. It wasn't until we got into a football club that they felt sort of really connected in the community. So that's what I'll be doing. I guess post-football. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. Cannot wait. So, last but not least, I'd have to probably thank my family and friends. So, obviously, Mum's here, Dad can't be here, he's in Perth at the moment, but they've been massive support my whole life. And 3 boys, thanks for being here. You look pretty cool. Well done, boys. I think you've achieved that. And, obviously, my beautiful wife. So, I'll probably sit here all day and talk about the support she's given to me. She's been around for all 3 knees, and this 4th one coming up. Massive thank you to you, Carla, and everything you've done. I look forward to a few family holidays now, and maybe me doing daddy daycare, and you can do whatever you like for the next few weeks. You can enjoy yourself. But thank you to everyone. Thank you to the Melbourne Football Club. It's great to, guess, for them to finish up the way I did, for them to assist me in this way. I've been very lucky. So thank you very much, and go D's. That's good. I think in my rehab was probably the biggest thing. I think doing my first knee at Richmond, I did the traditional one. So it took me a whole 9 months to get back. It was long and gruelling, and that's probably why the next two I opted to get the Lars. But I think that taught me, that I couldn't really take any shortcuts. I did everything that I could and more. And I guess through the training, you build up that confidence, and you know that you've done everything possible. So when you do get back, you can go hard as you want, especially with the way I play. Sort of agile and fast. Can I say that? Yeah. So I really had to test it out through training, and I got my confidence through there. So all the doubt that I did have was taken away at training.
There's been a lot of talk about the Lars surgery. This is the second time, obviously, it snapped on your left. Your thoughts on it? Is it something you'd still recommend to players to go?
Yeah. I get plenty of calls and emails throughout my career since I did my Lars, about little I guess, adolescents and teenagers and 30-year-olds that want to know more about Lars and what they should do, if they should take it. But I think each scenario is different. You've got to take it on. I think for me personally, it was perfect for me. It did what I wanted it to do, which is get me through to my career. I think last time I did was 25. I wanted to get through to 30. It got me through that. I got back as quick as I could without any wastage of the muscle. Obviously that as well, the mental aspect as well, the loss of confidence, which is big at this level, I believe. I think it did everything I wanted to do and more, and for my scenario I was actually pretty happy that it got me through. So obviously this time I'll probably opt to go the traditional, obviously after footy, but I reckon for me it served its purpose.
If you hadn't have had this latest one, how much more gas was left in the tank? Were you planning on sticking around for a couple of years, or where were you at?
Yeah, obviously we negotiations with the club second half of the year to see where I was at. On the weekend against the Crows, I was feeling pretty good and going all right. But I think obviously when I did this was the final call. But I think if I didn't do my knee, I probably would have hoped to be around for another year. But obviously that a lot of things factor into that. But look, I've done this, and this is I guess how I have to adapt and go from now on. So I'm happy that I was around for lasted as long as I did. And happy to be, I guess, involved in the footy club as well.
Just take you back to 2007, David. It must have been a special year for you. I think you played every game, including the grand final. Obviously, it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but it must have been an amazing year. Probably the last time you actually played a full season of footy. Yeah,
it was a bit surreal because I came from Richmond, not getting a game, and I think we finished bottom of the ladder, and then went straight to Port and got in a winning spree, and we kept going, and I played every game and. Played off in a grand final. So it was a bit surreal. That year was pretty unbelievable. It was probably my best, highlight of my career that year. And playing with some of the players I played with as well. The Tredrays, Lades, Burgoynes. These types of guys that were superstars, that are superstars. So it was a great year, and something I'll never forget. And hopefully these guys in the room can taste that, because we were a pretty young team at that time as well. And I think no one touted us to play finals. So. I just hope that these guys can taste a bit of that finals success and stay up there.
What would you like your legacy to be here at Melbourne, Dave?
Other than being very funny, I think I'll leave that on. But look, I don't know. I think the highlight for the last 2 years has been working with some younger players at Port Adelaide. I guess working with Chatty Wingard and these guys, and then seeing him come on this year, really, sort of excel. And there's some of the young guys here, in particular, sort of, Jimmy Tubis and Jack Viney, and seeing them, sort of develop. I'll be looking forward to that over the next course of, a few years. But hopefully, you'd have to ask these players what they take out of it. But hopefully, I guess some passion to play. professionalism and what it takes to, I guess, to come back from some diversity. So.
Was there a concern that there might not be a dancing career had you have gone another last fix and back into footy?
Yeah, that's the first question I got. Am I still doing the players review? When I hurt my knee, I'm all right too. But yeah, it's look, I've actually got a call from Channel 9 this morning to see what I could be doing. So I think I'll speak with Gary Nichols, who's a physio, and we'll see if we can try fast track it to get dancing. So could be life after footy. I don't know. I'll have to got a few calls from Tim and Matic and the Justice crew. So we'll see where that lies, and we'll go from there. Speak to the manager and speak with Gary. So.
Do you think you'll ever, Dave? Do you reckon you'll ever be able to live down the behind against the Bulldogs up in Darwin, where you kicked it the other way?
No, that was coming. Yeah, look, I never escaped that. I think I've done a lot of things in football, but for some reason that continues to come up. Thanks for bringing it up again. Look, I could probably tell my story now. This is probably the tell it, but so what happened was I was due to come off on the bench, and I'd done a massive chase down in the back line, run the ball back up, and then run back down to the defence, which I thought was offence. And then I come to the bench and they said, no, stay on. So I said, okay, no worries. And I'm actually, sort of running on my knees at the moment. I'm, sort of buggered, get to the stoppage. So I throw the ball in. I'm all by myself on one side of the stoppage. They handball it out to me. And I remember Troy Chaplin giving me the handball. And I remember saying, Troy Chaplin, what are you doing in the forward line? And I probably kicked the best snap I ever kicked from about 45, straight to the middle. Little celebration, unfortunately. But and got a roasting for the rest of my career. But look, I think obviously I think the heat was definitely a factor in that. Quite delirious. I think they can make the cooling rooms a bit colder. But yeah, obviously I think it was a bit delirious and the heat got to me, I think.
President Glenn Bartlett said the club needed to develop a harder culture, be harder on us. What's your take on the playing group culture here at Melbourne?
Look, in my short period that I've been here, the pre-season that we've had, and I've seen these guys train probably harder than any group that I've been involved in, and that's completely honest. I guess the frustration for this group is that we haven't been able to transfer that into on-field on the weekend. I have no doubt and unbelievable confidence in these guys if they continue to train the way they train and slowly start bringing what they do on the training track to the footy field. I honestly think that this group can take quantum leaps in where they want to be in the ladder and also playing consistent finals. So it's hard to tell you guys this because you don't see it. We see it on a regular basis every day when we train with these guys. When I see these guys run 400s and 3-minute runs and 1-minute runs and do all these types of stuff, the amazing running ability they have. But it's just going to be, I guess, transferring that onto game day.
Have you ever felt the players' confidence waver at any time this year? I mean, I imagine it's been very difficult. Have you sensed it's been tough to keep ploughing on when the results don't go the boys' way?
Oh, definitely. I think it happens with every group, no matter if you're on top of the ladder or the bottom of the ladder, that confidence sort of wavers, especially with such a young group where inconsistency can sort of creep in. But look, I think we've got a good group here. I think it's just the footy club as well now, just keeping faith within the playing group here and keeping this group together and playing for the next sort of 4 to 5 years together and developing. So, I'm a big believer in that. I think Geelong, before they were great, Joel Corey, Stephen Johnson's, these guys that were playing around together, and they weren't winning very many games if you remember early in their career. James Kelly, these guys, and then once they played, sort of 3 or 4 years together, something clicked, and then all of a sudden, they start being a great team that they are. So hopefully these players can experience that, and then that click will come sooner than later.
We've seen Port Adelaide turn it around this year pretty quickly. Do you think talent-wise there's a similar kind of level between the two clubs? Or?
Yeah, I think very similar in terms of some very young players that are still developing, their craft, still improving, and they've still got a few years away, I think, from their peak. But the way they attack training and they want to be better and craving to be better, which is probably the better description, is going to be great. And I honestly cannot wait to take my boys there and watch these guys develop and come back into the rooms when they are up and about and sort of top 8, top 4, and try to jump in the circle and sing a song with them. You know?
Thanks, Dave.
No worries. Thanks, guys.